Students, today class is the Markensia, that is the bryophyte plant. We will discuss about Markensia vegetative phase and reproduction and life cycle. So myself Manoj Kumar Nalla, Assistant Professor, Government Degree College, Board, Peddapalli. So first of all we see Markensia systematic position. Division Bryophyta, class Hepaticopsida, order Markensiales, family Markensiaceae, genus Markensia. Occurrence of Markensia. The genus Markensia includes about 65 species distributed all over the world. In India, the Markensia, 11 species have been reported. All the species are terrestrial growing on moist shady places, damp soil, moist rocks and banks of streams. So mainly Markensia belongs to terrestrial species, but it grown only shady places, damp soil, moist rocks, mainly occurrence spots. Common Indian species Markensia polymorpha, Markensia palmata, Markensia nepalensis, Markensia indica, Markensia similana. So these are the common Indian species of Markensia. Gametic generation. So in bryophytes, the main, mostly the plant is gametophyte. The sporophyte is saprophyte and gametophyte. The main plant is gametophyte in bryophytes. So that's why we will discuss gametophytic generation of Markensia. So vegetative structure. So the Markensia thallus shows dorsal ventral surfaces. First we discuss dorsal surface, the thallus dorsal surface. Prominent midrib which depends at the apex. So prominent midrib present, it depends at the apex. Presence of gemma cups which enclose a number of gemma. So you can see on the thallus notch or hole like structures, that is the gemma cups. In this gemma cups, gemmas are present. Gemmas are asexual reproduction mass. Asexual reproduction mass. After maturation of gemmas released from gemma cups, these gemmas are raised to new plants. So every thallus is dorsal surface having some cavity-like structures that are called gemma cups. In these gemma cups, gemmas are present. After maturation of gemmas, they are released from gemma cup and fell on the surface of soil. Then arise a new plant, a new Markensia plant. Sex organs are born on special upright branches. So in Markensia gametophyte, the sex organs are born on the upright branches. They are called antheridiophore, archegoniophore. Antheridiophore is the male branch bearing antheridia, whereas archegoniophore is the female branch having or bear archegonia. So now ventral phase. This is a ventral phase of the downside of the attached to the surface. Shows median groove. Rhizoids and scales are attached. So this is attached to the surface. That's why in the thallus lower side having rhizoids and scales. So the lower side we called ventral surface, the upper side we call dorsal surface. So ventral surface we can see scales and rhizoids. Rhizoids are two types in Markensia plant. One is the smooth walled, second one is the tuberculate. Smooth walled, inner wall smooth, living cells fix the plant body to substratum and absorbs water and soils. The smooth wall is, the walls are smooth. So the main function of smooth walled rhizoids is the plant body attached to the substratum. At the same time absorbs water and soil solute. Second one resides tuberculate or ferculate, peg-like ingrowth in their inner walls, living in the beginning but lack protoplasm at maturity, helps to retain moisture in the ventral surface and carry water to all the absorptive pods. So tuberculative rhizoids at the beginning living, but at the after maturation they are dead. They are lack of the protoplasm. It helps to retain moisture in the ventral surface and carry water to all the absorptive parts. They take water to absorptive parts. Scales also two types. One is the appendiculate. They are large wedge-shaped bear and appendage at the tips. Second one, ligulate. Ligulate is a simple, small, tongue-shaped and without appendages. So scales secrete mucilage and protect the growing point from desiccation. So the scales are secret mucilage. So this is the vegetative structure of Mertensia at ventral surface. Internal structure. So we can take a section. The following reasons or observation in the internal structure from the upper side. First one, the epidermal region. Second one, the first one, epidermal region. Well marked upper and lower epidermals. Upper epidermis is interrupted by barrel-shaped air pores. Function of air pores to facilitate gaseous exchange. So we can see the we can see the epidermal region. Upper epidermal, lower epidermal. Upper epidermal having some pores, that is called air pores. The air pores to facilitate gaseous exchange. Second one, photosynthetic zone. Photosynthetic consists regularly arranged air chambers separated with each other by septa. A large number of photosynthetic or assimilatory filaments arise from the floor of air chambers, perform the function of photosynthesis. So in photosynthetic area, so many chambers are we can see. Each chamber are separated by the septa. Every chamber floor at the base, every chamber base having some filaments arising from the bottom side. These are the photosynthetic cells. They do photosynthesis. That's why we call photosynthetic region. Next one, below the photosynthetic zone, storage zone is present. Storage zone consists of a compact, colorless, thin-walled parenchymatous cells which store starch grains and protein bodies. A few cells are filled with mucilage and oil bodies. So now Mertensia reproduction. So mainly Mertensia reproduction is two types. One is the vegetative reproduction. Second one is the sexual reproduction. So vegetative reproduction classified into three. One is the fragmentation. Second one, the adventitious branches. Third one is the gemma. Fragmentation, the thallus breaks into the pieces. Each piece arises to new plant. That is called fragmentation. As very common in Thallophyta plants. Also present in this Bryophyta Mertensia plant. Adventitious branches. Adventitious branches means a small adventitious branches arised from the rhizoids. These branches are separated from thallus and grow as independent plants. Third one, the gemma. The gemma is the dorsal side. Gemma cups are present. In these gemma cups, produced a multi-cells body-like structure. This is called gemma. These gemma release from gemma cup and arise in new plant. So next one is the sexual reproduction. Sexual reproduction is the oogamous type. All the species are dioecious. Means male thallus, female thallus are different plants. Male sex organs are antheridia and female sections are called archegonia. Positions of sex organs: born on special erect and stacked branches called gametophores or receptacles. So on male plant, female plant, erected or stacked branches arise from thallus. These are called gametophores or receptacle. Receptacle bearing antheridia is called antheridiophore. And at the same time, the bearing archegonia is called archegoniophore. So the gametophore is called antheridiophore, archegoniophore. Antheridiophore having antheridia, archegoniophore having archegoniophore. Stacks of the both antheridiophores and archegoniophores are morphologically and structurally similar. Both are similar. The side corresponding to morphologically dorsal surface of thallus, photosynthetic zones. So both are both the antheridial and archegonial, the dorsal surface corresponding to morphologically dorsal surface thallus, both archegoniophore and antheridiophore side corresponding to thallus side. That the other side has to correspond to lower ventral side of the thallus. So the antheridiophore, you see the section of antheridiophore differentiate into long stack and terminal disc. So you see terminal disc and long stack. Upper zone of disc consists of 8 chambers alternating with antheridial chambers. So the disc, on the disc some chambers are present. Every chamber alternating with antheridial chambers. 8 chambers possess assimilatory filaments which performs photosynthesis. You see that antheridia are born singly inside the antheridial chambers. Antheridia are born in acropetal succession. Acropetal means the big one is there at the central, the small one is there, and the first born antheridia at the central, the later born antheridia at peripheral. That is the acropetal succession. So mature antheridium. So differentiate to a short stack and antheridium. Antheridium having 2 parts. One is the large body and a short stack. Body has a single layer sterile jacket. You see that sterile jacket. It includes a large number of androcytes which metamorphic into antherozoids. Antherozoids are small, uninucleate and biflagellate. Morphologically, antheroid consists of 3 parts. Headpiece comprising basal bodies with 2 long and equal flagella. The nuclear portion consisting of long, narrow, rod-shaped and coiled nucleus. The cytoplasmic portion comprising of the thin film of cytoplasm with a few plastids and mitochondria. You show antheridia having, once again, antheridia one stalk and body. Body is surrounded by jacket cells or sterile jacket single layer cells. Inside of the cells, we called inside the protoplasm divided into many times and forms androcytes. These androcytes metamorphose into antherozoids. Antherozoids are small, uninucleate and biflagellate. So morphologically, antherozoid consists of 3 parts: headpiece, nuclear and cytoplasmic portion. Dehiscence of antheridia. After maturing of antherozoid, the antheridia dehiscence in presence of water provided by rain or dew drops. At maturity, the pore of antheridial chamber becomes wide open through which water enters and fills the chamber. The body of antheridium encloses a mass of free antherozoids which float in viscous fluid formed by dislocation of cell walls of androcytes. Sterile jacket cells imbibe water, become soft and get disorganized. Antherozoids ooze out in mass through an opening. They escape through the pore and antheridial chamber and come to the surface of disc. Antherozoids swim in the film of water. Next, the archegonia 4. So the archegonia, it is the female organ bearing branch is called archegonia 4. It is the reproductive branch bearing archegonia. It differentiates to stalk and a disc. Disc consists of 8 lobes discreted away from the center. You see that? The archegonia develop on the upper surface of the disc and arranged in 8 rows. After fertilization, central portion of disc bulges out and becomes convex, pushed the archegonia in periphery. So, the archegonia are inverted and hang downward from the tissue of disc. So, at the first time the archegonia upper side of the disc, but the inverted of the disc, they are inverted hang downward from the tissue of disc. Each archegonia has extra sheath called perigonium. Each group of archegonia is enclosed within 2 lipped curtain-like involucre are called pericytium. Structure of mature archegonia. You see, mature archegonia is a flask shaped. It consists of few-celled stalk, globular venter, and long neck. So these are the things. So neck, stalk, venter. The apical part of the neck is covered by 4 cells. You see that. The swollen venter consists of a single layer jacket and encloses a ventral canal cell and a large egg cell. So, next, fertilization. The presence of water is necessary for fertilization. The antheridium has slightly concave disc. Antherizoids are swim in the connectivity of disc. The transfer of antherids from the disc to antheridia 4 to the convex disc of the archegonia 4. Then occur by dripping and splashing of raindrops. The mucilaginous substance in the archegonial neck attract the antherizoids. Finally, antherizoids swim down to the wide open pass of neck and one fuses with egg, resulting in the formation of zygote. The gametophytic phase of the life cycle ends with the formation of zygote. Sporophytic generation. So, sporophytic. So each sporangium is differentiated after the zygote, a formation of zygote. The surrounding cells of the zygote are formed sporangium. Each sporangium is differentiated into foot, seta, and capsule. It is enclosed within a protective covering called calyptra. The other protective covering are perigonium, which encloses single sporangium, and pericytium, which covers the group of sporangia. So each sporangium having spores into foot, seta, capsules. The foot attached with gametophyte. So foot it anchors the sporangium and absorbs water and nutrients from the gametophyte. Seta it connects the capsule with foot. So sporangium differentiate to 3 parts. One is the foot, seta, capsule. Foot is attached to the gametophyte anchoring part, at the same time absorbs water and nutrients from the gametophyte. Seta is the connective part of the capsule with foot. Capsule, it has a single layered well enclosing a mass of spores and elaters. Elaters are the hygroscopic and in this way help in spore dispersal. The sporophytic generation of life cycle ends with the formation of spores. The spores are carried away wind or rain. The young gamete. Spores is the first cell of gametophytic generation. Zygote is the first cell of the sporophytic generation. Spore is the first cell of the gametophytic generation. Spore has thick wall differentiated to outer thick exine and inner thin intine. Each spore mother cell of Mertensia produced 4 spores, out of which 2 developed into male thalli and 2 developed into female thalli. Thus, Mertensia shows physiologically heterospory. Alteration of generation. Since the plant bodies of 2 generations are morphologically dissimilar, it is called heterogeneous type of alteration of generation. And the life cycle is diploaplanic life cycle, because diploaplanic cycle, you see this gametophytic generation, at the same time diplophytic generation. The gametophytic generation is the haplonodic. At the same time, the sporophytic is the diplonic. So that's why we call diplohaplonic life cycle, heterogeneous type. So thank you very much, students.